Hello there, YouTube. This is Wonton Tiger back for some Canadian political commentary. I thought I'd discuss kind of one of the big ones today, which is it seems like Justin Trudeau is all over the newspapers, the media, Twitterverse, whatever you want to call it, all those different things. I don't think he's made any mistakes. He came out and he admitted that he had smoked marijuana, I think, and people had traced back the timeline, and essentially it showed that he had smoked marijuana while he was an MP, and now the Tories are all over him for his hypocrisy and how he's breaking laws as an MP. And it really disgusts me the way that the Tories jump on things like this when there are literally hundreds of examples within their own party of just in-your-face hypocrisy and just lack of common sense. I think one of the big things that people are seem to be jumping on is that, all of a sudden he voted for the Tories' omnibus bill, which I've ranted about online before. What they did was they put, so many different non-related policy things into one budget and then forced all of the MPs to vote on it. So even if Trudeau agreed with 90% of it, he may very well have disagreed with the mandatory minimums. But again, I'm not even trying to argue that. He did vote for that, and he apparently has changed his mind, and that's good. I think politicians should be able to change their minds. Now, if we're so afraid of flip-flopping, which is just disgusting to me, politicians should be able to make decisions based on rational evidence and logical decision-making processes. And if that happens to, information happens to change and lead them in a different direction, we shouldn't get all over them for changing their viewpoints, okay? It's a good thing that a politician can change their mind. The last thing you want is a rigid politician who will not change their mind, okay? One who's dominated by dogma and ideology. It's the last thing you want. But I digress. So Justin Trudeau. The funny thing is, the biggest backlash he's getting right now isn't even over the marijuana that he's claimed to smoke, or the fact that he wants to decriminalize or legalize it. It's because he doesn't drink coffee. So apparently that's a sin now if Canadians don't drink coffee. And this is coming from a guy who drinks way too much coffee. Whether or not it's obvious in these videos is up to you to decide. But it's disgusting to me. Who cares if he drinks coffee? Who cares if he smoked marijuana before, as long as he's not an active pothead while he's an MP, which would be a problem if that were the case. But I highly doubt that's the case. I would say we most likely have more alcoholic politicians than we do pothead politicians. It's just the two don't mesh well together. Politics and alcohol seem to be the past choice for our political elite, though. And it's funny how damaging the hypocrisy is of the Tories. It's just disgusting here. So I think I was surfing online, and there were so many different articles. Oh yeah, so they called him a hypocrite for for smoking pot, then supporting mandatory minimum sentences. And it's just, it's so stupid, because the truth is that people can change their minds. And the fact of the matter is that the omnibus bill, the way it was designed, packaged so many different things into one thing to vote that you really, you didn't have a choice back then. It was the same way a lot of politicians were after September 11th, 2001, when, the planes flew into the World Trade Center. Many of them didn't want to go into Iraq. I think it was in 2002, 2003 when this happened, but many of them didn't want to go in Iraq, but because of the media fervor and the way that everything got whipped up in their patriotism and in their nationalism, it would have almost been like a crime to say, no, we don't want to go into Iraq. So you got a lot of people who wouldn't have done it otherwise, who said, yeah, let's go in. And I hate that about politics, but that is the nature of politics. Okay, that is something that we can't change right now. But what we can change is the honesty from the top. And if one thing is Trudeau has shown is that he's fairly honest. He's trying to be open and transparent about who he is. Yes, he hasn't said much on the policy front at this point, but we're not close enough to the election, and he knows the political game, and that is that you don't show your hand too early. You wait till you get to the point. And since Harper's been making so many mistakes, his whole government has been making mistakes. All the money that they've given to the senators, the senators that they've elected. If you want to talk judgment, I think they've shown a very severe lack of judgment. So let's look at what was the second one here? Oh yeah, he set a poor example for all Canadians by smoking pot since becoming an MP. Give me a break. What is it? Jaffer, who was caught with cocaine in his car, he's a Conservative MP. What was that other woman? I forget. Gergis? I don't remember. I shouldn't go naming all these names unless I know for sure. But there's, if I went back through the archives, I could find plenty of incidents in the last 3 years of conservatives who did many, many, many similar things to this. Maybe not smoking pot specifically, but it's just disgusting. I think people must really be afraid of Justin Trudeau because it's obvious that he's gaining traction now, and it's scaring the hell out of the Tories and their supporters, especially Harper. So he's got his people out there posting and making Trudeau trying to make him look bad, essentially. Now here's the next one from Kelly McParland at the National Post. Justin Trudeau may be too perfect for the middle class, or to be middle class. Yeah, okay. So yes, I think we understand most of these guys are not middle class. Do you think Harper, in the way that he acts now and responds and just kind of preaches, do you think he's middle class? He doesn't respond to middle class values. He's as fake as they come. At least Trudeau, I don't think he's trying to hide it. Yeah, he was born into a rich family. His father had money. Can you blame him for that? I think he's done pretty well by his own responsibilities, considering this. I've seen many, many, many more spoiled people who were wealthy when they were younger, or who took their parents' wealth and became vacuous, shells of human beings with no humanity and no rational kind of thought towards the benefits of society. It's disgusting. So I just wanted to get this out there. Justin Trudeau is not too perfect for the middle class. He is a good politician so far. Again, let's get this disclaimer out there. I'm not fawning over Justin Trudeau. I don't even know who I'm going to vote for at this point. Probably will be Trudeau, but I will say I absolutely respect his honesty, his transparency in this case. He's trying to make his life an open book, where Harper, takes 3 questions on the road. He won't let anyone else talk to him. He won't let any unscripted questions go. It makes you really kind of question his lack of intelligence. If he can't take off the cuff questions, or he can't speak off the cuff, then what good is he? In a pressure situation, he needs to talk to all his advisors. He needs to get his speech maker to make a speech. He's got to vet those questions so that only the very specific questions can get through to him. It's disgusting. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, thumbs up the video, comment below, and hopefully I'll come up with a few more of these. I think it's just disgusting the way that people are trying to vilify Trudeau at this point, and conservatives are really grasping at straws to try to make Justin Trudeau look bad, when the fact of the matter is that he's being more open and transparent than any politician out there in Canada today. Thank you again, and have a nice one.